perspective and the understanding of how complex the human race is, and being able to understand each other will bring us not only outer peace but inner peace. And so I want to share this perspective with you all. Some people know they will never be able to get looked at the way that you are looked at because they do not have the mental capacity or capability. In their mind, they don't think that they have it, but they could. But that's beside the point. But they do not feel as though they can be able to do what you do, be looked at how you're looked at, or be the type of person that you are. So what they will do is they will try to denounce who you are. They will try to mischaracterize you and villainize you in order to adjust how other people see you, because they know that the things that you are capable of, they will never be able to do. In their mind, that's what they think. So to combat how they feel and this wedge between the pedestal that they put you on and where they are, they're going to bring you down with falseness. They're going to bring you down with fabricated information, so that when other people look at you, they see this fabricated version that is easier for them to compete with. Do y'all understand? So it's easier to compete with the version that they have in their head than who you actually are. And I say it's like, if you are smart, people are going to try to make you out to be crazy. They're going to try to find flaws into your stuff, but they're going to grace to the people who they feel are on their level, right? But if they feel inferior to you, you have no grace. You have none. They don't give you any grace because they feel inferior to you. So any little thing you do, it has to get chastised and it has to get blown out of proportion. And this is actually a method of control. And these people deal with a problem with controlling things. Now, we understand that. So now that I have this theory out, let me tell you how we can combat this as people who want to still be able to hold a space for people and not live full of rage for these people who are trying to do this to us. So what you have to understand is that this person is seeking control. This person already feels inferior to you. This person is insecure. This person has low self-esteem, or all the above, right? This person, 9 times out of 10, depending on the person and how deranged what they do, it could be narcissistic tendencies. And there are 2 routes that you can go about when it comes to this. So route number 1, which I always recommend, is to pray for this spirit to be removed from them, because the Jezebel spirit or the Leviathan spirit is the spirit that tries to harm character. The Leviathan spirit tries to harm character and it tries to control with the character. But the Jezebel spirit wants to control. So you should pray for these people to get these spirits off of them. But for the people who just want to get a basic solution, but I really strongly recommend prayer. But anywho, let's get back to what I was saying. You should grant grace for them, get away from them, and understand that you cannot pay attention to what they are saying about you because it's not your business. So if you know who you are, you should not be concerned with the control group that they have for you, because one thing about it is they cannot control the mind of the whole world. They can control the minds of the people who are gullible and naive enough and have agreements with them on who you are. Because the people who actually will agree without questioning are waiting for this to be said about you. And they 9 times out of 10 have envy towards you, or they do not like you. Simply. Like, that is what I need you to understand. So if we understand that the people who automatically believe also have a problem with you, you should focus on the love and the light that God has in abundance all around you, other than these people. And then this is what I don't think people understand, is that we are not just flesh. So when you are playing with people's character, you are trying to manipulate and cast stuff onto people, right? Yes. So in the spiritual realm, You can't try to manipulate the spiritual realm. You can't manipulate the spiritual realm. So when you lie on people, it's only on the flesh in this realm, right? It's only here. So in the spiritual realm, all they're doing is manifesting their own character to be denounced. All they're doing is manifesting for the truth to come out later. All they're doing is allowing God to be able to vindicate you. So when you don't focus on that and you continue to focus on but not being distracted, not trying to prove those things, if you are trying to worry about yourself, your success will outshine the lies they tell on you. And not necessarily like, oh, this is going to make it all better just because I have this and I do this. No, this is what it is. Sometimes because we are well protected, we all are well loved. Sometimes when you are under attack, your attack comes through because you know it's not going to prosper, but it comes through for your highest good. You're supposed to use this to drive you to be where you're supposed to be, right? So if I say that, you are using it to drive it yourself, and it's also an attack to reveal the character of the people who talking about you to the other people that they talking about. And then on top of that, it's also letting from the people who believe, who also do not mess with you. Do you understand how beneficial it is for somebody to be talking and lying on you? And we don't share this perspective enough because people are obsessed with drama. People are obsessed with drama. They're going to advocate for you to want to be hostile and prove yourself. But you need to be confident in who you are and stand in who God has made you to be and decide that you are going to focus on continuing to strive and be above the nonsense. So I will grant grace to those people because all they're doing is digging their own grave. Let people hurt themselves. Let people put themselves where they're trying to go by where they think you finna go. Do you get what I'm saying? They dig a grave for you, but they fall into it. The answer is let them. Let go and let God. Let people end up in the places they're supposed to be, which is in regret, trying to clear their name because of how bad they talked about other people. And sometimes God is going to let somebody talk about you year after year after year after year after year after year, doing you dirty after dirty, dirty. But the thing about it is, the only place that you have control over is how much you allow. You cannot control how somebody talk about you. You cannot control how somebody perceive from what you say. You cannot control the projections that they put on you. All you can control is who you allow access to. You allow access to be in your vicinity and to be able to keep on projecting this stuff on you. You are in control of who you are in actuality. So I really hope this helps the people who have been conflicted with the idea that people are talking too much about them, because in all honesty, all they're doing is bringing you an audience. For when God bless you and push you in the place that you want, God is literally building you an audience and bringing other people to you. Because I know that it's been times where people done spoke on me and they done brought people who supported me. And they didn't even notice because they was too busy trying to bring negativity when God resolved it with love. Have a blessed day.